Hey folks, so here we are moving on to the next battle in probably the evening now of the 19th of March. It still says 1600, but that was at the start of the turn. This is, I think, the third battle we've had since then. And we're back in the same position. So the last battle was here. This battle group here was the one that was being attacked from the north by a Soviet battle group just as we accepted their ceasefire. So they're pretty weak. Their mortars have no ammo. The positive, I suppose, is that they have anti-tank guns. Well, they have a ZIS-3 and 3 Pak-36s. The other concern is this here. I don't know why we've got an HQ here. This battle group had been in that position, but I wanted to shuffle that down to the south because I was thinking there might be a breakthrough here and I wanted to get some defence in. And we had two battle groups from the 322nd that were due to be moving into these positions. So they're still on the march, I suppose. But I don't know where this came from. And also that's the 385th. So we've got 322nd here, the 344th here, and this is the 385th positions. I know what this is. This is the HQ that was moving to the west of Lake Gladkoe until I moved the battle group that was up here down to that position. So they've been displaced. We've got presumably going to have some tanks in here. It's not, or it shouldn't be breakthrough tanks, it's the Rifle Regiment, so there'll be T-34s I would expect. Maybe some Kaby ones, I suppose. And that looks like they're supposed to be pulling back. I suppose they can't take this square. They might still push forward though, but I guess we just need to go ahead. So we'll have a look at the map, where we might be deploying, what we're up against, and once I've done that, I will obviously pause the video rather than have you sit for 3 hours while I do my deployment, but we'll start off just by assessing the situation. Okay, so obviously familiar territory once again. And just thinking about previous battles, so we know that we've been attacked from these locations and there, but this time, where did we have we had the battle where I was bombarding the fixed positions in here. It wasn't this place here. No, I think it's maybe further south. Anyway, so we're expecting an attack from here down in towards here. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead, deploy the troops, and then bring you guys back when we're ready to go. Okay, so here's our battlefield. Let's have a look at the map. So obviously, main attack expected towards Hill 65.5 down here. But when we fought here before, the Soviets have always tried to take Hill 65.2 and Strong Point as well. So I'm not ruling out the possibility that they'll attack to the east as well as attacking to the south. We've got 3 battle groups to defend, but this time we've also got some attachments. We have some Flak 88s from the HQ unit that we moved forward, and we've also got some engineers attached to the HQ as well. So I've attached squads, individual squads to different platoons, and I've also separated out the Flak 36s. So what I've done, essentially, I've looked at where I could set up my Flak 36s and then tried to organise defence round about them. So as I said, I'm not ruling out the possibility of Soviets attacking up in this area. So if we check on the battlefield, so we're covering this road over here with the Flak 36. We've also got, I think here, that's a Pak 36. We've got a Pak 38 in here as well somewhere. There it is. Yeah, so we've got those 3 anti-tank guns, plus we've got another 2 Pak 36s up here that are part of this platoon, or attached to that platoon I should say. So they can guard that road, but they can also, the Flak 36 can also support against any attack towards Hill 65.2. So we've got that set up there. Over here, we've got this Flak set up to cover the main road here, and also this minor road or path, track, almost over to the west. And again, we've got other anti-tank guns set up around here as well. So a Pak 36, a Pak 38, sorry, there, and another over there. So they can both cover that main road from their positions. And we've got smaller packs to cover that track here. And the final 88mm is down here. And again, its main job is to cover this road. It's actually got a really nice line of sight right along that road. And it's firing out to about 600 metres, I think. But it can also cover any attack that might come in this road. So that's our Flak setup. We've also got our this 3 that is here. And again, that's covering that road essentially. The 3 smaller Pak 36s we've got in that sort of vicinity as well. I think that's one of them there. Yeah, so that is essentially there just to be dragged left or right depending where it's needed. You can tell I am anticipating armour this time. In the operational map we did see that the rifle regiment was designated by a tank symbol. So hopefully not KV-1s, but probably T-34s I would think. This does seem to be a major attack, or more significant attack than the previous ones we've had. So anyway, that's our main setup. We've then got the battle group set up to cover these sorts of positions. I've got 2 platoons to cover Hill 65.2. If there isn't any attack develops over here, then I'm probably going to maybe use at least 1 platoon to try and attack into the flank if the Soviets are attacking down to the south. We've got the heavy weapons group up there as well. This area down here, I don't have any infantry covering this. What I do have, I've got a couple of legs, a couple of, probably 3 or 4 actually, heavy machine guns, and we've got our artillery, our Lichtfeldhaubitzer down in here. So they can attack into this sort of area as well as covering that open ground if there's an attack in that direction. And then down in here we've got a couple of platoons. They're actually positioned just ahead of the anti-tank guns. So depending on what comes down the road, they might have to fall back. And over here we've got this really battered battle group. That platoon's not too bad. That one's just pulled back into a reserve, keep it out of the way. And this one's close to full strength, and we're keeping an eye on this area because the Soviets do like to attack across here. Have a quick look at our artillery, our fire missions. We have our off-map Lichtfeldhaubitzer 105mm. We've got fire mission zeroing in there. So we've got one just ahead of the trenches that will come in immediately, just in case any Soviets decide to pop out. And then we've got another fire mission plotted there in case we need to defend against an attack. And the same up here. We have our Schwertinfanteriegeschütze. And again, same sort of thing, just anticipating an attack from that trench area, covering the main road. And our mortars. Anticipating again a Soviet attack from these trenches. covering that attack, that vector. So that's our setup. And with that, I guess we can go ahead and start the battle. Okay, so starting off by one of our Flak 36 positions. And then there's the first green flare. So Reki's being sent out. No, there's another one over to the up by the north. Seems to be quite far away, that one, but nothing else seems to be popping up. Visibility is a bit limited at this time. You could probably notice that by the diameter of the circle here. But that was the sort of area where that flare popped up, so something in the rear area seems to be moving forward. This is on the southern flank of Hill 65.2. That's my artillery ranging in. That's where I was expecting potentially the attack to come from. And there's no sign of any Soviets moving at the moment. This is my smoke rounds ranging in. We had very few rounds. I think it's about 100 or 300 for the two different off-map batteries. But the Soviets are firing on the top of Hill 65.2, and that is a bit worrying, that last explosion. There was a gun position around there. I don't see it. Oh no, that's it there. It's still there, I think. Looks like it survived, yeah. But most of the rounds seem to be falling just ahead of our trench positions. So maybe we'll be okay. The men certainly seem to be alright, they don't look suppressed or anything. There is one corpse lying up on top of the... Oh, there it is, going from a fly. But for the most part these guys seem to be still in good order. Down to the south we've got some Spatroop out front to detect any advance. So there's no sign of anything obviously at the moment. There's been no artillery barrage down here either. But up to the north we've got Spatroop again, and they've ambushed a Soviet platoon marching towards us. So it looks like we've taken out a few of them straight away. I was lucky that I spotted the enemy coming towards us and I was able to give the squad orders not to hold fire. So I think there's a couple of suppressed troops there. But, killed or wounded about half a dozen of them. But I've given my Spatroops orders to fall back a bit. We know that they're coming in this direction. So no point keeping them all out. I've got the leaders section and another 3 sections. So I'm going to leave one section forward on the flank just to keep an eye out. That's still my smoke there. There's no sign of any enemy movement anywhere else other than up to the crossroads. Nothing happening over to the east. But we do have some movement now ahead of Hill 65.2. And artillery's clearly still falling. But I've got an artillery fire mission targeted on that area ahead of us. So we'll get that called in somewhere in round about here. And hopefully by the time it arrives there will be more troops around. There's no sign of any great push in this direction. It's maybe just Reki's squad that's come out, in which case my artillery would be a waste. Anyway, I think we've got 4 guns here, firing 3 rounds each. And this must be my 105s. It all actually seems pretty peaceful, apart from the artillery explosions. This is the SPA troop section that I left forward up at Crossroads. So they can't see too far, but hopefully they'll be able to identify any more troops on the way in. The other SPA troop are falling back to the main line actually. I decided just to pull them all the way back rather than leave them exposed anywhere else. But no sign of any pursuit. This is back on Hill 65.2. The machine gunner clearly thinks that there's something worth shooting at over there. Or he could just be practicing his aim on that tree. That's not my oh no, is that my smoke there? No, it's not. It can't be. Not at that point. And this is north of Hill 65.2, looking up towards Crossroads. So I don't know if these are a couple of Soviet soldiers that survived that ambush earlier on. But I'll see if I can't get some mortar fire called in from this platoon here. Let's see, you can see bugger all. Okay. Oh well, if you stand up, stick your head up, you'll see better. Can you call your mortar fire in? No, you can't. I suppose the commander, the actual commander of that squad, the section, might have been killed. So, back on Hill 65.2, again 2 or 3 Soviets around, and we've got our leg targeting on the way in. It's the leg that fires that bright red smoke. And in the south of the hill, the troops here have spotted a target in the distance. I thought the machine gunners were targeting it, but it's maybe looking at field guns. It's up here. It doesn't look like it's the field howitzers either. The legs, it must be the legs on the flank of the hill that can see it. No, definitely not the 105s. I think it's this gun here. I didn't take a close look at it, but Soviets tend to be using, yeah, that's a 45mm anti-tank gun, a little 45. Don't know if it's still active or not. Nah, it must be if they're still shooting at it. Still somebody alive down there. But still no sign of an attack to the south. All the action's up on the hill. Peaceful down here. So all that time I spent deploying the troops and nothing's happening. These are the SPA troops I've got pushed as far forward as I dare, essentially, to keep an eye on that road, but I don't think they're going to encounter anything. We do have more recce being ordered up to the northeast there. But this is the only action. At the moment anyway. Call in more artillery. We've got sort of four guns firing 3 rounds. High explosive. We've only seen the odd, I think maybe we've seen groups of 2 or 3 soldiers, apart from the initial squad that was ambushed. I haven't seen any platoons even. There's another, oh, he's just been killed. The second Soviet I spotted. So it's only that guy with the DP-27 disappeared, he's vanished. Oh, he's back again, there he is. So, I was going to say he's still trying, but I guess he's not trying any longer. No, he's still there. He's like, is that the best you've got? Aye. No stopping him. But we've got more men now beginning to push their way in. So the artillery's still firing in that sort of area. Hopefully we'll hit them. And up here, that looks like gunfire from a... Yeah, there's another gun there. Probably another 45, yeah. Yeah, so maybe they're beginning to make their attack now. It's nice having the 105s to counter that. Well, there's somebody else coming in and he might not have survived. Doesn't look like it. So, my legs seem to have spotted another target. There's quite a few dead Soviet bodies around there. And what's that pushing the trees over? Here. Or was it just a glitch, the physics engine? I thought it was maybe a tank was pushing the trees over and was about to appear right in front of us. Hopefully not. But it looks like they've taken Hill 65.2 despite all the troops I've got here. I can see one of theirs. I don't like you being pushed so far forward. When you come back into the trenches, please. Keep your heads down. There's still a few of them around. But down to the southern flank, my troops are taking damage from this. Over in the distance, it looks like a turret of a T-34. They've been machine gunned. So I'm going to order these troops back into the trenches, get them to keep their heads down, if there's any of them left. So you can see the tank, it's not close, it's not going to assault us, but it's got a nice wee spot that it can shoot up onto the hill. No sign of any other armour. There's my second worry. The SPA troops up by Crossroads, watching a lone Russian making his way home. I guess they feel that as long as he's going in that direction, they don't need to shoot him. So, down here, SPA troops, still not spotted anything. Line of sight it's reasonable. Let us know if there is anything coming down that road. We've got another section over here. They can see a bit further up. So we should know if there is an armoured column heading towards us down to the south. And we've been given back Hill 65.2. I guess we killed whoever was holding it. There's a few dead bodies lying around up here. An empty or uncrewed machine gun there. But I think there's more recce being ordered. I think we're still in decent enough shape up here, maybe apart from the platoon that was being machine gunned by the tank. But the Soviets have ordered us a ceasefire, offered us a ceasefire. Let's check the map first, make sure that we still hold all the objectives. Looks like it, nothing happened down here. So, yeah, let's accept. Okay. A bit surprised by that, but again, the AI has tended to not attack where it's this unit's okay. Oh no, that's not the one that was attacked. No, it's down to about half strength. But yeah, the AI's not tended to attack where it's indicated its main attack would come in. So I do need to bear that in mind for the future. So another draw, which is fine as far as I'm concerned. Let's see, we lost what, 44 men, 13 operational. We lost 11 damaged. What did we look? What was damaged? But they've lost 173 casualties. So there must have been an awful lot of troops in the forest that the artillery fell on. Or maybe I suppose it was our legs and their machine guns were picking them off. But we lost 3 heavy weapons. Just not good. They lost 9 infantry, 7 heavy weapons, 2 spotters, nothing else down here. 7 tanks they had. So we got off lightly then by just seeing the one of them. So let's go back to the operational map and see how that leaves us. And we've got another battle to fight back down to the south at the 425th position. These guys are all in good shape. It looks like we've got the strength of numbers maybe this time. Balance is in our favour. But we'll go ahead and fight this battle in the next part, and that should probably be the end of turn 4. But anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. Please leave me a comment, rate the video, and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content, and hope to see you again next time. Cheers!